Good morning everyone, James Holsty with In-Depth Outdoors, and as we start our day here, I'm standing on the dock out in front of Ballards Resort on the Rainy River watching the beautiful sunrise come up over Lake of the Woods. And for anybody that follows our YouTube channel, you know we've been just absent for the last 6 weeks. We just finished up our broadcast season in May, and since then we've been kind of recovering from that broadcast season and getting ready for the next, and we have not been able to be on the water. So the plan today is to get out on the water with Mike Anselmo. We're on Lake of the Woods. It's a great multi-species body of water. You can fish it any way you want. You can jig it, you can rig it, you can troll it. We love to jig fish, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get up into the islands a little bit, see if we can't get some fish on jigs. And we're running out of Ballards Resort today, and this is the resort that hosted our winter get-together a couple seasons ago. And we've really grown to love this location. Great people, great service, and what's unique about Ballards is they really cater to the entire range of angler skills. And by that I mean guys like Mike and I that have all of our gear. We can show up at Ballards here, get a great room, and run out and take care of the fishing ourselves. Or if you just want everything handled for you, you don't even want to bring a fishing rod, Ballards really puts together a great package for anglers that really want somebody else to handle all the fine details, and they are magicians at putting people on fish. So we're going to be running out in the 2190 and the big Skeeter up into those islands. What I expect to find is fish still on nearshore structure. The water temperatures are cool. A lot of those fish haven't transitioned to the offshore reef, so we should be in for a great bite. It's me and Mike Anselmo today on In-Depth Outdoors. So you ready to go?
Jump in, I'll see you off.
You got dock rope, I'll get the motor started. We got a bit of a ride this morning.
That's all right. It's a nice day.
Yes, it is. That whole area from like Little Oak, 4 blocks, up to, you know, Oak Island itself has been just kicking out fish like mad.
Yeah.
All right, this will be our home for a while.
Hopefully we're not the only thing living here.
Nope, it won't be. There's a fish. Ah, I think he's the right kind. No rock bass this time, Mike.
You're trying to get a big lead on me here in the fish count.
Well, I saw you snapped off, so I figured this was my moment. This was gonna be my time. That's a decent fish, man. Oh, there we go. On a jig. Like I said here at the start of the show, guy can come up here and catch these fish any way you really want to. You can pull spinners, you can troll crankbaits, you can fish jigs, but like most walleye fishermen, if I have the opportunity to catch walleyes on a jig, I'm gonna do it. Real nice fish would be great for the pan. Let him go. See you bye. All right, using just the most simple of presentations here. 1/4 ounce VMC Moon Eye jig, half a crawler. And what we're fishing here is we've got a little rocky outcropping, comes off this island and runs out towards those boats over there. We're just throwing jigs up top of it. Any walleye angler that spent any time on the water has done this before. It's a lot of fun. You get on a good school of fish, you can catch a lot of them fast. And if you like jigging, Ballards is one of the few resorts really that doesn't troll. They do not troll crankbaits. They will drift with spinners or vertical jigs. So if you like to catch walleyes on jigs and you want to do a charter, but you don't want to troll, Ballards is a great option for you.
There's a fish.
That looks legit. Nice. Remember, you can't lip those.
Yeah, thanks. The hook on that Moon Eye jig is sharp to say the least. I don't think that was the same fish that stole my crawler on the previous cast.
Look down his throat and tell me what you see.
Just based on the fact that I'm sure there's a bunch of them down there. Man, yeah, if a guy was wanting to eat fish,
yep,
great fish to eat. See you later. Lake of the Woods is cool.
You know, the way we're fishing these jigs is very methodical. You know, anytime you're fishing plastics, you can fish a lot more aggressive. You can snap it, jerk it. But with the crawlers, because they're so much more delicate, you know, we're just barely retrieving these baits back. Just keep them sliding along the bottom. Right now we're into late June here, and the walleyes are feeding a lot on like mayflower larvae. And as we come up on top of these reefs, the sonar just lights up, showing these big balls of bugs. So the fish aren't in that mood to really run down a Cisco. And this crawler down there just kind of sliding in and around the rocks on as light a jig head as you can get away with. I'm fishing a quarter, Mike's fishing an eighth. Just as a really deadly presentation, but you're not going to go about it very quickly. I do prefer to cast these over just fishing them vertical. Allows me to cover a little bit more water. The fish seem to respond to that very well. But man, when you're fishing them, just remind yourself, slow it down. And where we're sitting here, we're on top of the reef. I've got us up in about 18 foot of water, and Mike and I are just fan casting all around the boat. Basically, we're on the crown, and everything is deeper all around this section of the boat here. So we cast it out into deep water, let it settle to the bottom, close the bail, and just slowly hop it back up the side of the reef. Works really, really well at a time of the year when the walleyes are just stuffed with mayflies.
There he is.
Attaboy. I like what I see there. Need a net?
Oh, I could always use a hand.
Well,
feels better than that last one.
Fish, it looks better. Fish
promise.
caught on jigs rarely get off, so.
Yeah. I can't promise he's a giant, but
I might come help you. I took the side stairs.
take the long way around.
Yeah, well.
Here, I'll step down.
Nice
Give me a scoop,
fish.
will you?
I'll give you a scoop.
Thanks, pal. Nice one.
That's called winning.
It is. Good color. Pretty fish. What do you say to that, partner? Oh, you got one too now?
I do.
Man.
There's a reason I hustled back to the bow of the boat. It's not very big though, so
That's all right.
do not trouble yourself. Oh, he got off.
I like catching those brown ones, but these golden fish like this, when they put a little weight on them, they're pretty. Lake of the Woods fish are gorgeous. All right. That fish even gave us a little show when she left. So I think our approach couldn't possibly be more simple. That's just an 1/8 ounce Mooneye jig, and typically it's got a bait keeper on there that works, you know, for most of the time it's meant to hold your plastic onto the jig head, but it is great for holding a chunk of crawler on here like this. That little collar, that barb, bait keeper, whatever you want to call it, I mean, really helps keep that crawler in place. That was the second fish I caught on, you know, one chunk of crawler. And had that one not bit that last piece in half, I'd still have that bait on. I actually had to remove the old piece of crawler from that bait keeper.
I'm switching to blue.
That one's got some weight to it, buddy.
All right, you only got to say that once. Now remember, these things fight a little harder than those bass you used to catch them.
That's, you know, you don't have to insult me while I'm reeling in the nicest fish I've had on all day.
It's the best time your hands are occupied. You couldn't hit back. What do you have? Didn't you hook that fish there? It's a musky.
It's a musky.
It's a musky.
Lake of the Woods variety.
Houston, we have a problem. Yeah, I was like, I could have swore you hooked him right here and now he's way over there.
Yeah, well, he's leaving us. He doesn't really want to be next to the boat, and I guess I don't blame him.
You'll figure it out. We were just talking about muskies on this spot with the cameraman, Pat McSherry, who is our in-house muskie expert. And he was saying absolutely he would fish this spot in about 2 weeks. Come back with blades and big rubber. Apparently an 1/8 ounce jig and a crawler will do it too. I'm gonna take the thing off spot lock because I am enjoying watching you work.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, but yeah, we might have to, I guess, bend at the knee here in order to get this fish in.
I will,
Light line, 6-pound braid and 6 8-pound fluorocarbon leader.
I'll help you out.
And a muskie of any real size that's a tough combo.
All right, I'm gonna help you chase. I don't know why I'm carrying this net around. It's gonna be useless. It's one of those deals where you can throw baits here all day. Probably not even see that fish and then he eats an 1/8 ounce jig and a night crawler. It's down deep now. I haven't got a real good look at it. All I've really seen is the tail as it does its thing away. And it's a good fish. I don't think it's a giant.
No, pretty big. How are you gonna do that?
Bring him to me, Mike. Oh, he's wrapped up in the line, isn't he? Just be tired. Mike, here's your fish. This is another one that you don't want to lift. Got him?
Yeah.
Woo!
Good. Oof.
Not the intended species, but welcome in my boat anytime.
Ugh.
That's mid 40.
Yeah, I mean, I know we're fishing walleyes, but that makes me happy.
We're fishing for whatever bites.
Yeah.
I caught a rock bass earlier. That was delightful.
That's true. I'll take this over your rock bass any day, though.
All right, man. Let that bugger go.
Yeah.
Not the intended species, but very much appreciated.
Well,
Heck yeah! That actually didn't take that long.
surprisingly.
Well, water temperatures in the low to mid 60s. In another month, if you were to get that fish up shallow on that same rig, I think she'd eat your lunch. But
Yeah.
she didn't quite have that stamina they'd have if the water was a little bit warmer.
You know, we caught a handful of walleyes there too before that happened.
Yep.
I'm kind of wondering, you know, why we stopped catching walleyes. That could be a very good reason.
I think the Walleyes owe us one. Well done, Mike. Get him?
It feels decent. I can't believe that I went from walleye to musky. I don't even, it's your guess is as good as mine what we're doing
That
here
looks
now.
Walter. Looks like a good one.
He's heavy. I can't help it. I got this permagrin thing going. I'm gonna have a step down here. See if I can get you to net my fish.
I will. If it's another muskie, you swim to shore. Look at that.
Oh, nice eye.
Oh, northern my hinder.
Thank you, boss.
You're very welcome. Sweetly done, man.
Oof. I don't even know what to say, James.
Just keep
That
doing
one
what
had
you're
me.
doing.
That one had me completely fooled.
Hey, when the fish fight too hard for you to think it's a walleye, that just is a great example of the redeeming qualities of the fight of a walleye.
That's a good thing. All right, back you go. Make us a bunch more walleyes for Lake of the Woods, will you?
Gone.
Gone.
Now that is a step in the right direction, my friend.
Did I tell you yet that I'm having fun?
I can tell. You've got that grin thingy going.
I can't help it. When I set the hook and they pull back that hard, it's a good thing, right?
That's why we came up here. I mean, we have not been on the water for 6 weeks, which, you know, we're not looking for sympathy because we get to fish more than most. But for us, that is an eternity. So this is the Knock the Rust Off tour. Can't think of any place better to come do it than here on Lake of the Woods out of Ballards.
I know it. The last time you and I were together, we were on Shawamigan, and we stuck them. And now we're sticking them here again today. Maybe I'm your good luck charm, maybe you're mine, but I'm just not going to argue with it. Success is success.
Fish.
Fish?
Fish.
Atta boy.
And it feels like a pretty good one.
It looks like a good one.
I'm gonna spot lock us right here.
Judging by the bend in your rod.
Yeah, that'll work. It's not a rock bass. It's not a wee sauger.
I think I'll even grab the net for you.
Plenty of room up front.
I'm here to help.
Come on, fish. You know what we haven't caught today?
Don't say it.
A big pike.
Yeah, you're right.
I kind of set the table for the kind of day we were going to have today by starting it off by talking about what a great multi-species body of water this place is. Whatever it is, it's good size. If it's a walleye, it's a toad.
I can't stop staring at the water. I mean, I'm wanting to see what we're dragging out of the depths here.
Come on, fish. Big eye, big eye, big eye, big eye. Yes. Thank you, Mike.
Nice fish, James.
Heck yeah. That's the biggest fish of the day. Thank you. Heck yeah.
That is pretty.
That's a Lake of the Woods special right there. That is a long fishy.
Good one, bud.
And that was a no-doubter when it came to eating that jig. She's wrapped up in the line here just a little bit. Hopefully she behaves while I'm sorting things out. There we go. Man, these reef complexes kick out some big fish here. And that jig is way in the back. All right, check that out. That's what we hunt for. Rust officially knocked off. We're back in the game. What a sweet fish. Upper 20, easy. Great fish, starting to pack on some pounds. Of course, we're early in the summer here, so she's lost some weight, you know, following the spawn, but here in another month or so, she'll really put that weight back on. All right, Mama, ooh, she's ready to go. Get my hand out of there. Haha, there she goes. Bye. Yes.
Yes.
I needed that. Mike had spent about 2 hours thoroughly kicking my backside, which, you know, I'm a team player, but after a while it doesn't feel very good anymore. So that's vindication right there. And we really don't know how much more time we're going to have to fish today, because if you look over our shoulders, we've got some kind of stormy looking weather kind of brewing on the horizon. We saw a couple lightning flashes way to the south, you know, about as far off in the distance as you can see, but we're on borrowed time, I think, here. So hopefully get a few more walleyes in the boat and we can beat feet back to Ballards Resort. That was so cool. Hey, fish on. Ooh. You get no points.
I thought I was hung up.
You get no points for that one, pal.
I came out of one rock and, you know, I thought I landed down into another one, and yeah, I'll just swallow my pride on that deal. That one had me completely fooled.
I love it. Just kind of watching you raise your rod tip and looking at the rod tip bend over, and then just waiting for that head shake. Whoa!
Yeah, my rock swam away.
Hey, like we've been saying, they're feeding. They're just not feeding hard. You know, there's just not a lot of urgency to their next meal.
I think
need some net help there?
Yeah.
Net's barely dry from the last one.
I don't think he's as big as that last one you just got, but...
It's a pretty good one, buddy.
Hey, I'll take it. Okay, fine. You got me. I didn't feel the bite. I'll swallow my pride. I swear I popped out of that rock and I thought I fell right back into it. Well, that ain't a rock.
Indeed, it is not. Mike, it was fun to watch that happen. That's awesome.
Nice fish. Man, they're pretty up here. And I mean, I don't know, what's that, mid-20s fish? Mid-low 20s?
Yes, sir.
Let's turn that one loose. Nice fish. Man, I don't get tired of looking at them.
There she goes. Well done, Mike. I give you a hard time for the hook set, but the truth is, I want that to happen to me.
Well, so I think the biggest walleye I ever caught was here in the winter with Ballards, and actually Nick Anthony, one of the owners, was our guide that day and our bomber driver. And I'm not in danger of breaking that 30.5-inch mark like I caught that day, but we've caught a lot of nice fish. I mean, nice fish.
The quality is there. All right, Mike, my spidey sense that tells me when storms are getting close, it's kind of, the alarm bells are going off. I think it's about time we headed back, and it's getting pretty close to about 4 o'clock. We probably got close to a half-hour ride back to Ballards, and one of the cool things about getting back around that 5 o'clock hour is you arrive the same time all the other fishermen do. So you get to see all the fish come off the boats and compare notes with all the guys that went out with the Ballards captains for the days, which is a great way to compare notes with a bunch of different fishermen that were on the same body of water the same day. It's a great way to pick up a real good feel for what the bite's doing. And for anybody there at home that's thinking about getting out this summer, looking for a great destination, you cannot beat Lake of the Woods. Almost doesn't matter which species you're after. Walleye, northerns, muskies. It's pretty much one of the best destinations for all three here across the upper Midwest. So I have no idea when we're going to get back out on the water or if we're going to be able to put out any more videos this summer. So thanks for tuning in. From Mike and Selmo and I, we'll see you the next time around. You ready to hit it?
Let's do it.
All right.